this part is the Aravalli's very good metamorphics and structural aspects are shown in these metamorphic windows, which is already there in our volume. This vertical rectangular window that stands for the Gujarat alluvial plain, and this is the site where for the first time in India the quaternaries, late quaternary 125 to 180,000 years, very ideal sections of the fluvio-marine, fluvio-aeolian sections are exposed. And this Saurashtra site is, it's famous for the differentiation, magmatic differentiation in Girnar and lamprophoric systems. Western coast of India is famous for the sea level changes of last 200,000 to 300,000 years, and even in Holocene. So this is one of the best windows for working in the late quaternary sea level changes. Kachch. Now I'll go to the Kachch, and Kachch is, as I told you, is very famous for the all aspects. This is the broad geographic geography of the Kachch mainland. These are all uplifted landscapes, are basically rocky uplifts, and they expose the Jurassic and Tertiary deposits. And the depression area, that is a great run of Kachch, that is actually structurally depression. Plain of Banni is also structurally depressed, but they show the deltaic sequence of the Himalayan river system. So it is very interesting for the quaternary scientists too, and those who are working in the Jurassic stratigraphy, Jurassic ammonites, Jurassic vertebrates, invertebrates. For those who are working on the tectonic geomorphology, seismic and paleoseismic aspects, these faults are basically the earlier faults during the opening of the basin, Gondwana rifting systems, and later on the same faults they reactivated and the entire basin get reversed, and we have this topography today. So these faults are very important, and these faults in the stratigraphy, it shows the textbook kind of faults. And those who are novice in geology, those who are undergraduates, graduate students, they are visiting every year to this Kachch basin to understand the structural geology, to understand the stratigraphy, because it is the place where you don't have the soil cover. So the rocks are bare, just like Ladakh. So that is very important. So I am not going into the details of it because this actually covered in the last year. This is the geology of the Kachch basin. That you can see this this arrow that shows the Mesozoic. That means a rift generated basin, rift generated sediments. So that includes the middle Jurassic to the end of the Cretaceous. That is the Bajocian, Bathonian, Caluvian, up to the end of the Jurassic. And this basin sediments, that is a open sea, that means the open embayment or sag basin, tertiary sediments. So that is been separated by the Deccan Traps. So this Deccan Trap separates these two major domains of the sedimentations. So, and these are, I think everybody, I don't know about the students who are sitting here. These are world famous sections here. The Jurassic sections or tertiary sections, Eocene, Oligocene, Miocene sections are world famous. But the question here is, these are just for a few years. After that, you won't see all those sections. That is what I just want to show. This I skip it. Kachch is unique for this. I just speak everything, but you can have on written documents that Mesozoic and Tertiary best succession paleontological specimen right from the Jurassic to the Miocene, even Pliocene. Then we have perfect sedimentary structures, magnificent structures and tectonic features, Deccan Traps and other complex, volcanic complex, plutonic complex. Then the semi-precious stones like agates, zeolites, gemstones. Then economic deposits like coal, limestone, basalts, china clay, petroleum. So the entire basin has so many minerals that actually gives the revenue to this to state as well as to the country. Martian analog sites, paleoseismic evidences are one of the best preserved in our basin. Archaeological evidences, I think 125 archaeological sites, Harappan sites, it is there in Kachch, but only one or two or maybe five are explored properly by the ASI. But still, most of them are intact. Nobody's even visited some of the sites once it has been identified long back. Then fascinating geomorphic setup like beaches and tidal zones, swamps, mountain scarps, deep valleys, run. So for those who are the students, they should visit all these sites. Okay. So I'm not going into the details of each. We have identified some 75 geoheritage sites in Mesozoic, tertiaries and quaternaries. We have just mentioned a few. And I'm skipping this geological heritage, geopark, UNESCO defines these all has been already discussed since last 2-3 years. So I'm just skipping it. We just move to the richness, different geoheritage richness in Kachch Basin and how and when they are going to be vanished. So you can see in the top, this is the dinosaurian bones. See, dinosaurs are not actually the domain of Kachch because Kachch has some marine deposits. But still we have some continental fragments, which are basically rolled down in the colluvials, early colluvials, and those early colluvial fans, they contain the dinosaurian scattered bones. And these are those Cheria bed conglomerate. Those who are acquainted with the stratigraphy of Kachch, they would understand Cheria bed conglomerate is the basal part of the Jurassics. So I think this tree, when I show this mark, it means it is going to be vanished within few years, maybe 1 year or maybe 3 years. So this mark will, you now understand this mark when it comes to the screen, it means it is going to be vanished. So within few years, these all things which you see here, the dinosaurs or other sites, they are going to be vanished. Even this ammonite. Earlier, if I recall 100 years back, those who have worked here, huge ammonites were there. Huge in the sense, in one truck you have one ammonite. One truck. Huge ammonites. They are now no more there. Even the smaller one, a few inches, they are also very difficult to get in the field. So these ammonites are also going to be vanished within few years. Okay, each and every section I am going to describe, but some of the stratigraphical context like Juran and Jumara sections, it's excellently exposed over here and in the form of the dosaulite. Okay, so this is going to be there for several years. If we give the minus that it has a value, economic value, otherwise it is going to be there. But this, some of the sites is now within few years going to be vanished. Similarly, these are the examples of intertapian beds. This intertapian bed is, I think, everybody knows that Anjar's Katy boundary, and the dinosaurian bones are also found, some avian eggs are also found, but now you don't get anything. Everything is vanished because of the, not only because of the railway line, but because of the mining activities, quarries, basalt quarries. And most of the quarries, they have vanished these intertapian beds. So it is not at all there now. This is old photographs. Similarly, this Rakhdi River sections that shows the unconformity between Miocene and Oligocene and Miocene. This is also within few years will be vanished. Here, this is one of the best sections, and it is famous world over regarding the cave limestone, foraminiferal limestone, or nummulitic limestone. Earlier, we proposed this from this river axis to 2.5 kilometer both the sides. It should be intact by the miners. But later on, the mining ministry of Gujarat, they said only 500 meters we leave for you. For you means for the academicians, for the researchers. And when I went to that site 5 years back, only 50 meters they left from that cliff, this cliff. 50 meters. So maybe within few rains, this entire valley will be a larger one. And the cliff will be collapsed, and you will see only both the sides mines. I have the photographs, drone photographs, where you can see everywhere it is mines. Everything is vanished. So within few days, maybe in a year, it will be vanished. So that is why I am giving the alarm to everybody.